Alright, this is one of those videos that is super simple, but probably one of the most important videos I'll ever make. And it has to do with firearm safety. If you've been shooting for a long time, this video will probably serve as a refresher. But if you're new to the shooting community, pay special attention as these firearm safety rules apply anytime we handle a firearm in any environment. They are not range safety rules, they are firearm safety rules. So stay tuned.
Yeah, the other teams are moving in the background.
Alright, welcome back. Carlos here with Range 11 Tactical. On this channel, we create content full of visual tips, techniques, and or drills just like this one to help you build and or expand your tactical knowledge base. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Alright, safety rule number 1. Treat all firearms as if they were loaded and always know the condition of your weapon. Anytime we handle a firearm, we must treat it as if it were loaded. If we pick it up off the table, treat it as if it were loaded. If your buddy hands you a firearm and tells you that it's not loaded, you must still treat it as if it were loaded. If you pull a firearm from your safe to take to your car to go to the range, treat it as if it were loaded. As a matter of fact, even when we're 100% sure that it is not loaded, we still treat it as if it were loaded. I have two Glock 19s here on the table that I'm going to do a quick demo with to show you the importance of this safety rule. Okay, so I have these two Glock 19s here. Both are pretty much in the same condition with the slide forward, except for this one has a magazine inserted and this one does not. So the question is, which one of these is loaded and which one isn't? The answer is we don't know. There is absolutely no way for me to tell. Therefore, I must assume they are both loaded and treat them as if they were. So let's take a look at the one with the magazine first. Of course, step number 1 will be to remove the source of ammunition, which was an empty mag. Then I'm going to rack it and lock it to the rear. And this one was, in fact, unloaded, right? So let's take a look at the one here with no mag, so nothing to remove. I'm going to rack it, lock the slide to the rear, and on this one I actually had a dummy round eject, right, just to be safe, but for all intents and purposes this one was loaded. So as you can tell, there is absolutely no way for me to know. Therefore, I must assume they are loaded and treat all firearms as if they were loaded. Alright, safety rule number 2. Finger off the trigger until we have acquired a sight picture and made that conscious decision to shoot. Anytime we handle a firearm, if we're not actively shooting, our finger lives right here, right on the frame with positive pressure. If I am moving from position to position or to get behind cover, if I'm not actively shooting, my finger lives right here, right on the frame, right? If I am scanning for an active threat inside of a structure but have not acquired a sight picture and made that conscious decision to shoot, my finger lives right here, right on frame. There is absolutely no reason I should be running around with my finger on the trigger unless I'm shooting, right? So, firearm safety rule number 2 is finger off the trigger until we have acquired a sight picture and made that conscious decision to shoot. Firearm safety rule number 3, never point your firearm at anything you're not willing to destroy, and that includes yourself, right? Imagine that there is a laser coming out of this barrel and anything it touches, it will instantly destroy. This is referred to as flagging or muzzling or sweeping, right? Fortunately, I have this CERT training gun that fires a laser from the barrel to kind of demonstrate. So I can be a little bit unsafe with this training gun to kind of demonstrate, right? So nobody goes to the range and intentionally says, let me go point my firearm at other people, right? It usually happens while we're doing other things. For example, I go to draw my pistol and in the process of establishing my grip, I flag my non-dominant hand. That's one example. Another example, we're online shooting and I go to do a mag exchange, right? And then I point my barrel at the people down to my left or right, depending on what hand I am. Another common one that I see is people are, new shooters will be shooting, boom, 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 boom. Then they'll turn around to walk back up range and they'll just flag everybody behind them, right? So imagine that laser coming out of the barrel just like this training gun, and anything it touches, it will instantly destroy. So firearm safety rule number 3 is never point your firearm at anything you are not willing to destroy. Alright, safety rule number 4, know your target, what's beyond it, what's in front of it, and to the left and right of it. This one is probably the most important one when it comes to real world scenarios, right? At the range, it's kind of self-explanatory, right? You're not gonna shoot when people are downrange placing targets, and most ranges are set up in a linear fashion to alleviate this. However, in the real world now, this is a 360-degree range, so we must ensure that we know what's in front, behind, and to the left or right of our target. To give you an example, let's say I have a home invasion and I'm scanning, I see the threat, I have to take the shot, my family's in the background. I have to get a better angle before I can take that shot. Or I'm at the mall, that active shooter scenario, and people are running in front and behind of the target. I have to wait for that clear shot before I can take it. We are responsible for every round that leaves our barrel, intentional or not. So if my round strikes my intended target and goes through and hits it in the bystander, I am responsible for that. If I miss my target and it goes through the drywall into an innocent bystander, I am responsible for that. So make sure that you take the time to analyze the situation and make the proper adjustments to know what's in front, behind, and to the left and right of your target. Okay, those were the 4 firearm safety rules. As stated in the beginning, they apply anytime we handle a firearm, whether it be at the range or responding to a threat or simply taking our gun apart at home to clean it. They are not range safety rules, they are firearm safety rules. I encourage you to share this video with as many people as you can. Next time you're going to the range and you take your buddy or your neighbor shooting, share this video with them so when you get there, you're safe and everybody's on the same sheet of music. If you found this information valuable, leave me a comment down below. And as always, consider subscribing to catch my latest videos. With that, stay safe and train hard.